Hello, I am Sonicjlb, and this is just going to be a solo commentary. Drum's in here for this one. I can't get them all every single time, but I try my best, because he's pretty much the most entertaining part about these. That's a joke, but not really. I'm not as energetic as most people. I used to be when I was younger, though. But, so I'm going to put out a couple things. I recently just got a new editing system, so I'm still fooling around with that a little bit, seeing how that'll work, so later on videos might get better. Hopefully my montages, if I make some more of those, might get better. And, yeah, and I'm also gonna get a mic soon, so I won't, those will probably be a lot easier so I don't have to sit next to the TV and a camcorder in order to talk to it. I can just sit next to a computer and have as much ample room as I want. And then I am also gonna trying to save up for, I think they're called PVRs, or personal video recorders. I think that's what they're called. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they work too much, but I think you plug it into the system and it downloads it onto there, and so it downloads it onto this device, and then you can plug into your computer and all that. And the HD ones are pretty expensive. They're like around $100, I think, and that's kind of hard for me to earn up. But and so if I'm gonna get an HD one, that will probably take a long time. So you might have to stick with this kind of definition for a while. Okay. But today I'm going to talk about Brink and what I thought about it. I got it like a couple days after it came out, so I didn't see any of that texture pop in. I got it when the update was already out, so apparently it was very bad. But right now the graphics are pretty good. I mean, they're not as good as some of these like Call of Duty games and stuff like that, or definitely not as good as Crysis and stuff like that, but it was pretty decent. I was fine with it. I kind of liked the idea of the cartoony, but the cartoony way they were going, but it was a little bit too much cartoony. Like the faces looked super weird and weird, yeah, just weird character design at some points. But and then, but I liked the character sizes, how you could change the size, have different sizes for your characters. I was, however, disappointed that you couldn't change the size, like, if you had multiple characters that you created and all the same faction, that you couldn't change to them in-game, so you could have different character size, or you couldn't just change your size in-game. But I still liked the sizes. That was just a little bit small part I was kind of wanted. But, and the customization, I really liked that. I had a lot of fun. You could spend so much time after you get a lot of stuff and unlock everything. You can spend a lot of time just creating whatever kind of character you want. But and I also liked how you could change the colors of the stuff, and they had some pretty cool designs for that too. But I liked the maps. The maps were like a big size. It kind of reminded me of Battlefield, unless a lot more obstacles and a lot more not wide open. But some parts of the map, like, you can tell that they weren't really planned out as well as Battlefield maps, but I'm not really trying to compare it to that. I'm just saying that some of the maps weren't planned out as well, but they worked really well with the game, in my opinion. And the objectives, where they placed the objectives and stuff, sometimes worked well, but sometimes there were places where the whole other team could totally dominate you in one of the objectives, so that didn't work out too as well as it could have. But the objective placement and the objectives worked really well. I really liked that to it. And the gameplay and the controls worked pretty smoothly, not as smoothly as they said they would, but they still worked pretty smoothly. And I don't know, I kind of get why they put the sprint on the shoulder button, but I liked how they made it so you can change it if you wanted to. So that worked pretty well, and the smart system worked decent. I think some people had problems with it. I didn't have any trouble with it, but that was just me. And the replayability of that game is not very big. I don't see me playing it like a year later after it. I mean, it's a good like couple weeks or maybe even a month of fun, but then it kind of gets old and the maps get boring and you kind of know everything about it, and the replayability is not as good as most games. And but I think if they come out with DLC, that will definitely bring it up so it'll last longer. And if they keep bringing DLC, that'll definitely help. But that's my opinion. I don't know. But that's all I can think about for Brink right now. I think I will, as long as this video is probably almost over. But I'm gonna talk about as much as my playstyle as I can. In some parts, like right there, when I play, I need to look in other directions, be a little bit more cautious than I am. I'm kind of a person who kind of runs out and just tries to annihilate as much as I can. Sometimes I fail, sometimes I do pretty well. Like, right there, I kind of saw where he was, but then I turned left when the guy was shooting at me. But usually my tactics work, but sometimes I do have fails. But, not too bad. I kind of move a little bit too quickly sometimes, but that sometimes helps me if I'm trying to aim at them. But, And I also have to try to guard a certain section of the place. So, oh, and just a little bit of a thing if you want to. If you know any, I think they're called PVRs, or personal video recorders, for pretty decent prices or work very well. They don't have to be HD, they just have to be pretty decent graphics, maybe a little bit better than this, that work very well and are simple to use. If you want to, you can put it in the comments and I'll see if I can look that up and see if I can do it. But, that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.